They're out on the field. The pride of the Southland band crisply marches into the Giant T. The rear, the roar of 97,000 fans rises with each rhythmic step. In the background, George Beatsis is singing Fight, Balls, Fight. The orange and white Shakers flood the air. The Volunteers are ready at the north end of the football field to burst through the gate. They're coming now, racing onto the field through the Giant T. In that magic moment that says, wherever you are, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Tennessee 4-0 for the first time since 2016, ranked as high as number 8 for the first time since 2006. A lot of hype, a lot of energy behind this football team. A lot of talk about whether or not Tennessee is back, and I don't know. You've got to really try to figure out how to define that. We talked about it this morning on the morning show, myself and Gabriel. If you missed that, go back and check it out. We talked about it a little bit Sunday night during the NCAA stream. Is Tennessee back? What does it actually mean to be back? Do you have to have a trip to Atlanta? Do you have to have multiple years of 10-win seasons? What exactly does it mean? But one thing is for certain, a lot of chaos around the SEC, particularly this past weekend. Georgia got scared by Missouri. Kentucky gets dropped by Ole Miss. No real surprise there. Kentucky is who they are. But a lot of talk about where Tennessee fits into the picture. We're going to take a look. Are they truly a national championship contender? Don't call me crazy. We're going to take a listen to a clip from the national media. Before we get going, as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders. This channel truly is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video, dropping content every single day. It is LSU week, hot and heavy, tons of content coming your way. Eric Kane from VolQuest.com going to be coming on the show tomorrow night, live at 9 p.m. Late night Talkin VAWLS. Eric Kane will be on the show, and then we will open it up for a fan call-in. But let's jump into this. Does Tennessee truly belong in the conversation as a national championship contender? When you look at the SEC alone, I think you've got 1A and 1B when it comes to Alabama and Georgia. If you're talking about national championship, Ohio State's right there in the mix as well. But who's on the outside looking in? Who is on the edge trying to get that 4th spot in the college football playoff? Well, let's take a listen to this. And this is from SEC Football Final. This was on Saturday after all of the games. This is what they had to say when breaking down the SEC and who's on the edge of that college football playoff.
How many SEC teams realistically do you look at and say they got a chance to be in that game?
Well, I think all of us naturally would probably say 2, but I would like to insert Tennessee into the mix. I think
Man,
Tennessee.
why do you take mine?
Is that what you wanted to say too?
I'll go ahead.
No, I think that. Is there anybody else like Ole Miss, 5-0 team? Would you put them in the same class at this point in time? I don't necessarily know if I would feel that way, but I think there's. I'd say 3.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Definitely Georgia, obviously. I think they haven't started very fast the last 2 weeks. We've talked about that. You've got Alabama. Clearly, they're always going to be in the mix because of what they've done, because of their pedigree. And now you look at this situation with the quarterback. I agree with you on Tennessee. Look, I love the way Tennessee plays offense. They score a lot of points. And their defense, Takeo, has gotten a lot better, started to keep pace with their offense.
I don't know if you guys saw there at the bottom of the screen, it said 4 SEC teams with a 9% chance or greater of making the national championship. That is, of course, Alabama and Georgia. And then you had Tennessee and Ole Miss right there in the mix as well. Talking about Tennessee's defense, that is a huge part of this. And again, it's something that we've been having ongoing conversations about, the aggressiveness that Tennessee showed against Pittsburgh, the fear that they put in those quarterbacks. They knocked out Keaton Slovis. They beat up the backup. They have changed that Pittsburgh football team moving forward. We saw them lose to Georgia Tech this past weekend. Why is that? It's because they can't find a quarterback, because Tennessee, and again, look, You don't wish for anybody to get hurt or injured. It's part of the game. But when you play aggressive, when you bring heat, when you are constantly hitting the quarterback and putting him on his backside, injuries are going to happen in the sport. And that's what Tennessee did to Pittsburgh. And if Tennessee's going to have any chance moving forward of knocking off one of the big dogs, and I'm talking about Alabama and Georgia, because yes, there is a possibility that Tennessee can compete with those top teams, you're going to have to get after the quarterback. It is what it is. Let's live or die with the blitz. If you get beat deep, so what? Let's answer back with Hendon Hooker. Once Cedric Tillman's healthy and back on the field, hopefully that's going to be by Alabama. I think it's going to be a game-time decision against LSU this weekend, but I just don't see Cedric Tillman getting back out there on the field. But let's live or die by being aggressive and then just answer and respond with this Tennessee offense. But when you look at the schedule moving forward and you're talking about, can this Tennessee football team, can they truly have a shot on the edge, maybe on the outside looking in? Can they get to the college football playoff? This is an insane question to ask, but you pull up the schedule and you take a look at it. Tennessee took care of business in September, 4-0. That's exactly what we needed. Some people could argue Tennessee could be 2-2 right now. That Pittsburgh game, they did everything they could to throw that game away. Florida, same way. Some people are upset that they got conservative down the stretch, but the bottom line is that Tennessee is 4-0, exactly where they need to be moving forward. Now, they are going to be favored in every single game moving forward outside of Alabama and going on the road to play Georgia on November the 5th. They are favored by 3.5 against LSU. UT Martin is going to be a blowout. Kentucky, at home, inside of Neyland Stadium, Tennessee is going to be the favorite there. It's going to be a shootout. That's a game. Expect Kentucky to go out and sling the rock. Will Levis going to throw it around. But at the end of the day, Tennessee's going to be favored, and I think Tennessee gets it done against Kentucky. Missouri, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, those are games that Tennessee will be favored, and you have to go win if Josh Heupel is going to be the guy. You know, I've kind of gone back and forth on this thing. My prediction going into the year was 8-4, but expectations change, expectations shift, and if Vegas has Tennessee favored to win at LSU, against Kentucky, against Missouri, on the road against South Carolina and Vanderbilt, if the odds are in our favor, if Vegas sees Tennessee as the favorite, should we not expect to win? Should we as fans not hold them accountable? Go win the games you're supposed to win. Things change. Things shift. Vegas is not built on winners. Vegas was built on losers. They know how to set the line and make the money. That's what it is. If Tennessee's favored in every game, should we expect them to win every game outside of Alabama and Georgia? Now, when you're talking about the conversation at hand, is Tennessee truly a national championship contender? You've got Josh Pate out there in the national media saying now that Tennessee, the floor for Tennessee is 10 wins. That's your only losses being to Georgia and Alabama. Roman Harper with the SEC Network putting it out there. He called it early. He called it often that Tennessee is going to beat Alabama or Georgia this season. He's got them at 11-1. He apologized. Roman Harper apologized for predicting Tennessee to win 10 games before they ever took the first snap. Now he's backing it up, and he's saying Tennessee should go 11-1. So are they? The question at hand, is Tennessee a national championship contender? Can they go shock the world? If they take care of business, win the games they're favored in, that's 10-2. Can you go get one more? Can you go beat an Alabama inside Neyland Stadium? Paint the picture. You go take care of business this weekend against LSU. You roll into Alabama week 5-0. They just announced today, 3:30 kickoff, CBS, national stage. Everybody's watching. Top probably 5 matchup, maybe. Maybe Alabama's number 1, number 2. Does Tennessee sneak up there to number 5 so they can sell the game that much more, get those TV ratings up that much more? Top 5 matchup, Tennessee, Alabama, at home, sold out Neyland Stadium. They're going to break out the Smoky Grays. What are we going to do? That stadium is going to be electric. Can we go shock the world? You go beat Alabama, but then you lose to Georgia, and you get to 11-1. Then you're going to have Georgia and Alabama playing each other in the SEC championship game. If things fall our way, Tennessee finds themselves in the college football playoff in year 2 of the Josh Heupel era. Am I crazy? Call me crazy. My prediction was 8-4, but here we sit going into week 6, and Tennessee has a shot. They're in the conversation, and I'm not ready to say we're back. I'm not ready to say we're back. I'm not saying we're going to Atlanta. I'm not guaranteeing 11-1 or 10-2. I'm just saying if the stars align, Tennessee takes care of business, and then they find a way to upset Georgia or Alabama, we're in the conversation. Boys, it's going to feel good to be back. It is great to be a Tennessee Vol. Josh Heupel is the guy. We're in year 2. Rewind to when he was hired. We were rock bottom. We're talking about 5 to 6 year rebuild. Here we are in year 2, and the national media is talking about national championship contenders. A lot to unpack there. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Is that a real thing? Is Tennessee really a national championship contender? What's your prediction? What was it before the season? What is it now? Let me know, and if you have not done so, make sure you smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. What better shirt to wear if Tennessee goes out and beats LSU this weekend and we roll into Neyland Stadium with Alabama coming to town at 5-0, top 5 matchup, the limited edition Buck Fama shirt. Announced it this morning on the live stream. That shirt is going away for good on the Saturday of the Alabama game. So you got less than 2 weeks to pick one up, and then it is gone forever. You can go check out the other shirts and merchandise. Any and all support, greatly appreciated. Also announced this morning, the morning show every Monday is going to be ongoing until the end of the season. Every Monday morning, 9 a.m., myself, Gabriel, possibly Xavier will be hanging out, so I hope you guys come join us for that. You guys demanded it. I said if enough members join the channel, we would add a morning show. You guys continue to become members of this channel and financially support what we're doing. If you want to be a part of that, hit the join button down below. You can also support what we are doing. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.